In Arkansas, there's a statute that actually governs grandparents' visitation rights. And it was amended a couple years ago in a law. It's called Tara's Law that you can look up. And that law expanded who could come petition the court asking for visitation rights as a grandparent. One of the biggest things it did, and most straightforward things, is it changed it from just grandparents to grandparents and great-grandparents. In this video, we're going to look specifically at who can pursue grandparents' visitation rights under that statute. So the statute actually lists out several categories of people, grandparents, who would qualify to have standing to bring grandparents' visitation rights to action. The first one is where there is a marital relationship between the parents of the child that's been severed by death, divorce, or legal separation. So you have two parents who are married, they're getting divorced, there's a death or legal separation, a grandparent could have standing there. The next two involve where there are parents who are not married. So if you have a child who is illegitimate, meaning born out of wedlock under the law, the petitioners are the maternal grandparents, they can file an action, or if they're the paternal grandparents, they can file an action if there has been a court declare their son as the legal father of this child. The next one is a bigger, broader one that's been added, and that is where the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that the primary custodian is not fit. There's also a category for where a step-parent of either biological parent is adopting the child due to the death of the other biological parent. And then the last one here is where this is again a broader one where the court finds by clear and convincing evidence that there are compelling circumstances to overcome the presumption that the parental decision is in the best interest of the child. And then the court has a number of factors that they can look at in determining that. Most of those are common sense factors, but you can find them in the statute. And the last note on that is you catch there that there is a presumption that the parent's decision is in the best interest of the child. We'll talk more about that in another video discussing who actually can get visitation rights, not just who has standing to bring an action for visitation rights. But keep in mind with grandparents' visitation rights cases, there's a constitutional right afforded to parents to raise their children. Grandparents' visitation rights are opposed to that constitutional right in some ways, so you have to overcome it. And there's a presumption that the parent's decision limiting the grandparent's contact is in that child's best interest.